time I make this cake, I always think of my mom, who's a complete chocoholic, and she's always known for saying, if it's not chocolate, it's just not worth it. So I like to call this my It's So Worth It cake. It actually only has 5 ingredients, and anytime you only have 5 ingredients in a recipe, you know you really have to think about making each one of them as high quality as possible. And in this case, the main event is the chocolate. Whatever chocolate you choose, make sure it's a chocolate that you're really passionate about, one that you would just love to sit on the couch and just eat a piece and savor it. And if you don't know what chocolate that is, have a chocolate party with a dozen bars, invite your friends, take notes, invite me. European style butter just has a higher butter fat content than most American butters, so it will give this cake a really lovely flavor and texture that you just won't get with regular butter. So I'm gonna whisk the chocolate and the butter together, and you can melt these together on a double boiler at the same time if you want to. Now we're gonna put in 5 large eggs. It always helps to let these come to room temperature. They're gonna incorporate into your batter so much more easily. When you're having an elegant dinner party and you have a lot to prepare, you can make this cake the day before. Or I've even taken it to a picnic because it can be served at room temperature and there's no frosting that melts or anything like that. It's just a really versatile, simple cake. I'm gonna add in 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. And I'm also gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of fleur de sel. Anytime you're making a really chocolatey dessert like this, salt really helps to open up that chocolate flavor and just take it all to the next level. So our batter is all starting to come together. It looks perfect and smooth. I mean, how gorgeous is that? That is just beautiful. That's good enough to eat just as it is. But we're gonna go ahead and put this into a prepared pan. This is heavy. I mean, we've got almost 1/2 pound of chocolate, 1/2 pound of butter. How bad can that be? But I really try not to think about the fact that there's 1/2 pound of butter and 1/2 pound of chocolate in here. But the end result makes it all worth it. And you know, you really just need a tiny piece of this to feel satisfied. And that's what I love, really decadent, high quality desserts that you can know what's going into them. It's all natural ingredients. And you don't have to feel bad about having it, you know? It's not junk food that way when it's all real. Well, at least that's what I tell myself. We've got our batter in our pan, and this is going to go into a 375-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, but start checking it at around 22 minutes. Depending on your oven, it might bake a little faster, a little slower, but you're gonna know when this cake is done because the top is going to be glossy and kind of crackly, almost like a delicious brownie, but the center will be just a little bit jiggly. So I'm gonna get this into the oven, and I can't wait to try it. So our cakes come out of the oven and we've let it cool on a rack for about 10 minutes, and then you take it completely out of the pan and you can let this come to room temperature. You can make it the day before. Like I said, it's even better the next day, but I have to try a piece of this cake. Oh, it just looks so good. It just really looks like the best brownie that you've ever had. And you know, like I was saying, you can do this for a fancier dinner party, dress it up with a little dusting of powdered sugar and some fresh berries, or you can just have it plain. This is how I like it the best. That chocolate flavor just gets you right in the front of your mouth, and it's so sweet without being too sweet because we used a bittersweet chocolate, and that butter, that European butter, it makes all the difference in the world. It just leaves you with this really great mouthfeel. And then it finishes with that fleur de sel that we used, that nice sort of mild salty finish on it, and it's just so good. This is definitely worth it. It's so worth it, right? I'm Shauna Seaver, and I'll see you next time.